Welcome back, everyone. On today's edition of Tech Talk, we will be covering transmission oil coolers, why it's a good idea to replace them at install, and some other general information surrounding trans coolers themselves. Now, when you purchase a remanufactured automatic transmission from Powertrain Products Incorporated, you will be given a follow-up call with a representative the next business day to discuss replacement of your transmission oil cooler. They will give you some information as to why it's a good idea to replace them. Typically, this surrounds the fact that depending on the reason of failure for your existing transmission, it's a likelihood that there's probably some gross stuff hanging out in there, some debris, maybe a little metal shavings, burnt fluid, just ickies. So it's going to be a good idea to just replace everything so you guarantee yourself a clean system. Everything includes cooler, lines, all of that. We get a lot of questions regarding why flushing is not acceptable. You should know that if you are going to flush your transmission as opposed to following the recommendation, you will be doing so at your own risk. And the reason for this is that flushing does not guarantee a clean system. When you replace everything, there's no metal shavings hanging out in there, nothing gross, burnt, or contaminated that's going to be circled back through your existing transmission. Another reason for this is that we get a lot of DIY installs here at Powertrain Products, and we welcome you, and that's great. However, flushing can really be tricky to do properly, and we would hate to see you have an at-install failure when it could have been avoided by just replacing your transmission oil cooler altogether. Now, there are some year, make, and models, such as the example in front of me, which is a radiator for a Nissan, where your trans cooler will share a space with either the radiator or your AC condenser. In this event, we do recommend replacing everything, the entire radiator, the entire AC condenser, trans cooler, and all, just so you can guarantee that everything is clean, the space that your trans cooler is sharing is clean, and again, there is no debris, burnt, discolored, or otherwise contaminated stuff floating around in there, which is just going to give you a headache later on down the line. Does it maybe cost a little more to do it now? Sure, but in the long run, it will save you money because you will most likely avoid a failure due to contamination. Additionally, we do not support the units that fail from fluid contamination under our warranty here because it is such an avoidable situation. If you have questions, we will be happy to answer them for you. And you can always reach us here at 888-842-0023.